After the Chains, Costa Leona, number 13, Kabanata 32. Wife: I cannot believe this. This is insane. Tanging nasambit ko pagkatapos namin sa lawyer. Mahirap daw i-annul ang kasal namin dahil kompleto sa requirements at medyo may kahirapang patunayan na wala kaming alam na dalawa. The lawyer assured us though that we will do his best to make the only valid reason be useful. Fraud. It is the only choice. Ipapahanap ko si Lawrence, si Uriel. Good call. Ako naman, kakausapin ko si Mama at Papa. Hindi nga lang ako sigurado sa desisyon. I vowed not to see them too much, but I guess at this point, it can't be held. Maganda na kahit paano, pwedeng maanal ang kasal namin ni Uriel. Pero hindi ko palalagpasin ang katotohanang maaring may alam si Mama o si Papa tungkol dito dahil sa parents' consent. I called their office. Iha, we have meet next time. Iha, can we meet next time? Wala na kami sa opisina. Si Mama pagkatapos i-redirect ng tawag sa kanyang cellphone. I'm visiting home, Mama, sambit ko. Ha? I thought you don't want to come home. She sounded surprised or even ungrateful for that news. You have something to talk about, sabi ko. Pero, papunta na po ako. Pinaharurot ko ang sasakyan. Nasisiguro kong sa nalalabing oras, magtatrabaho pa si Uriel. He stalked me but when he saw my car turning to our village, he left. Nakapag-text pa sa akin na magtatrabaho lang siya at ipapahanap niya rin si Lawrence. Lumabas ako. I almost expected my mother to be waiting for me on the door, but she didn't. Tanging mga kasambahay ang nag-welcome sa akin doon. Si Mama, tanong ko agad. Pagkapasok ko sa bahay, natanong ko kaagad ang dahan-dahang pagbaba ni Mama sa malaking hagdanan namin. She's in her luxurious nightgown and penigwa, looking tired and with a tissue in her hand. Ma! I jumped into our stairs to catch her. Sinubukan kong humalik pero lumayo siya sa akin. Iha, I'm sick. No, po? You didn't sound sick on my call. I still tried to kiss her and she let me. She groaned and started walking down the stairs. Sumunod naman ako sa kanya. Si Papa, I asked. I thought she'd be more excited to see me. Binibisita naman nila ako sa ibang bansa noon pero akala ko lang na iba pa rin kapag nasa bahay na ako. Pero siguro rin masama ang pakiramdam niya kaya ganito. Naupo siya sa malaking upuan at sinubukang mahiga. A housemate attended for a tea while my mother closed her eyes and put her hand on her forehead. Upstairs in his study, hindi ko pa nasabi na uuwi ka kasi masama ang pakiramdam ko. Kinagat ko ang labi ko at naisip na mukhang hindi maganda ang napili kong oras ng pagpunta. But this is urgent and alarming so I think it is reasonable. I'm so glad that you're here, Iha. Talagang masama lang ang pakiramdam ko. Mukhang may importanteng ginagawa ang papa mo kaya mamaya na natin kausapin. What do you want for dinner? Ipagluluto kita. I enjoy the small talks to buy some time. Kaya lang hindi ko talaga nakumbinsi ang sarili ko na pigilan ang pagtatanong. Ma, you know that I really don't want to come here and see you both because I'm scared for our safety, right? Iha, ang dami nating bodyguards. Imposibleng mapasok tayo dito kahit ng sindikato. Anyway, what I mean po is, I'm here for something very important. What is it? Your business? I heard you broke up with that boy. Mabuti naman at hindi po tungkol doon, Mama. Napapikit ako at sinubukang habaan ng pasensya. Gustong-gusto ko ng diretsong sabihin pero ayaw ko namang mabigla siya. Ma, did you sign a parent's consent for my cancelled wedding with Oriel last year. She groaned and massaged her temples. Okay ka lang po ba? Lumapit ako at tinulungan siyang magmasahe sa ulo niya. Masakit. So we had another row of massages and drink of tea. I'm surprised you went here. Wala ka bang ibang gagawin? Where are you staying? You said you'll get a condo. Nakakuha ka na ba? She asked after a while. Nakakuha na po ako kanina kasama si Oriel. Dumilat siya at tumingin sa akin. Minamasahe pa rin ng kasambahay ang kanyang kamay. That's good. You're getting along again. I gritted my teeth. Alam kong suportado man ako ni Mama at Papa sa lahat ng mga desisyon ko. Kung sila naman ang papipiliin, mas gugustuhin nilang tinuli ko ang pagpapakasal ko kay Oriel noon. Kapag nalaman niya ang tungkol sa pagkakasal namin ni Oriel, maaring matuwa siya, pero sana naman maintindihan niya na hindi iyon nakakatuwa. Sure, Oriel is my ex-boyfriend and ex-fiancé. I love him then, but a lot has happened in our relationship. I don't think I have the guts to commit to someone like him after that. I almost lost Papa. I almost lost him. Ma, nagkita po kami ni Oriel dahil may nalaman ako mula nang umuwi ako rito. Matagal niya akong tiningnan bago pumikit uli at dumaing. I bit my lower lip but still decided to continue. Someone filed for our marriage. Now we're legally married mula pa noong cancelled wedding namin. She only moaned. I expected her to open her eyes in shock but she didn't. Hindi niya ba narinig iyon? Ma, kasal kami ni Oriel kahit na hindi naman kami nagpakasal. Oh, well, for sure that's not true. If it is, then how did that happen? Her calm voice frustrated me. Hindi namin alam. Hindi niya alam at hindi niya rin daw ginalaw ang requirements. Nakita ko na ang documents at may certificate talaga. Did you check if your principal sponsors are listed? Ma! Halos napatayo ako dahil sa walang kwentang tanong niya. Dumilat siya at tumingin sa akin. Ma, don't you understand? Someone filed our marriage and now it's legal. I'm married to him without my consent. Napaawang ang labi ni Mama. Hindi ko alam paano nangyari. We had our engagement in Calatagan, Batangas. May lawyer kaming nagpapirma noon sa amin ng certificate. We both didn't know that time that it could be used as a valid certificate. And now, with the requirements we had for our cancelled wedding, it was filed without our consent. Iha, natawa ng kaunti si Mama. Si Oriel lang naman, Ma? Iha, he's your boyfriend and fiancé. Tumaas ang boses ni Mama at binawi ang kamay sa kasambahay. He was my boyfriend and my fiancé. He is now my ex. We called off our wedding and you know it. So if somebody filed our marriage, then it's not us. Pero Iha, anong problema mo at si Oriel lang naman yan? I cannot believe that she couldn't grasp the problem in front of us. Oo, si Oriel, Mama, pero hindi ko gustong pakasalan siya. Ano ba ang dahilan na ayaw mong pakasalan si Oriel noon? He didn't cheat on you. He didn't do anything wrong. But we called it off. But there was no problem. Oh my gosh! Don't tell me you know that this happened. Paratang ko dahil hindi naman lang siya nagulat o nag-alala. Iha, napakurap-kurap si Mama. No. But what I'm saying is that Oriel is a good man. Mahal mo naman siya at nagkalabuan lang kayo noon dahil sa nangyari. Dahil sa nangyari? Mama, Papa was almost killed. Hindi si Oriel ang nagtangka sa ama mo, kaya bakit siya ang nakakaranas ngayon ng ganito galing sa'yo? My mouth dropped open. Tears stung my eyes. I cannot believe this. It was his moment and I indirectly blame him. But he isn't the one who did this. You are being unreasonable. That hurt. I gritted my teeth while my tears rolled down my cheeks. Mama, muntik na pong mapahamak si Papa. Ultimately, I blame myself for it. Ako dapat yung binaril ng babaeng yun. Papa intervened and I am very guilty about it. You think I am that selfish to push through a wedding after what happened? Nag-agaw buhay siya at sinisisi ko ang sarili ko. Natahimik si Mama pero alam kong matibay ang paninindigan niya. I know you want me to marry Uriel because he is a Mercadehas pero hindi ko siya pakakasalan dahil ganoon. Pakakasalan ko siya noon dahil gusto ko siya. At tinigil ko ang kasal dahil alam kong mas mahalaga ang kaligtasan natin kaysa sa relasyon namin. O kahit sa pangalang maibibigay niya sa pamilya natin. But Iha, why are you blaming him? Hindi siya ang gumawa noon. Hindi niya babae iyon. Tumaas ang boses ni Mama at tumayo siya para harapin akong mabuti. Because ultimately, it was for him. The girl will shoot me because she loves him. Siya pa rin po ang dahilan. And I don't think I can live my life loving him if something bad has happened to Papa that night. But nothing happened, she said without hesitation. I gritted my teeth and tried hard not to raise my voice more. Nothing bad happened and we were lucky. Pero Mama, napahamak pa rin si Papa. And do you really think that I'd go and continue the wedding and ignoring what really happened and its possibilities? I said frustratingly. Pakiramdam ko, sa aming lahat ako lang ang nakakaramdam noon. Ako lang ang nagsisisi at sinisisi ang sarili. Tama nga naman, ako naman ang fiancé ni Uriel at ako rin dapat ang binaril sa gabing iyon kaya tama lang na ako lang ang makaramdam nito. But what about my mother? She is his wife. What about my brothers? They are his children. Aren't they scared for him? Aren't they scared that one day he'd be gone and it's because of our carelessness? Siguro nga ako lang ang makakaintindi noon. After all, I had serious traumas in the past. I always blamed myself and somehow I am always to blame. The decisions to call off my wedding with Uriel was my solution for the problem. It was what I think is best for my father, for my family, and for my own peace of mind. Iha, what is happening here? Pababa si Papa at sabay kaming tumingala ni Mama sa taas. Mama groaned. Iniwan niya ako para akyatin si Papa at alalayan. I wiped away the moisture from the tears on my cheeks. I tried hard to smile when I kissed my father on his cheeks. Kumalma at natahimik ako ng ilang sandali nang kamustahin ni Papa. I looked at my mother and she ignored me like our exchange didn't happen. Inabala niya ang sarili niya sa pag-request ng dinner. I didn't have the chance to tell my father about my problem until dinner. Sa pag-inom ni Mama ng tumig, alam kong ayaw niya nang banggitin ko iyon pero nagpatuloy ako. Papa, magkasama po kami ni Uriel kanina sa lawyer nila dahil nalaman namin kasal kami at gusto po naming maanal iyon. Natigilan saglit si Papa at sumulyap kay Mama bago tumingin sa akin. Kasal kayo ni Uriel Mercadehas, Iha? I nodded. Hindi po namin alam paano nangyari iyon. My father swallowed hard and looked at my mother again. I know that he wanted me. My father swallowed hard and looked at my mother again. I know that he wanted me to get back with Uriel. Iyon pa nga lang ang una niyang tinanong noong nakaraan kaya hindi na ako nagulat nang natawa siya ng kaunti. That's great, I sighed. Papa, that's not great. Whoever did this, he or she forced us both into marriage. Tinanong mo na ba si Uriel kung napilitan din ba siya? Si Mama sa tonong may pagdududa sa sinasabi ko. Tinapunan ko siya ng masamang tingin. Napilitan din siya. Hindi niya rin alam. At kung mali man ako, at alam niya ang tungkol dito, hindi pa rin tama yun. Mama looked away and continued sipping on her drink. Iha, I understand that you're upset, pero gaya ng sinabi ko, alam ko kung bakit kayo naghiwalay ni Uriel noon. It wasn't about his infidelity or any one of you falling out of love. You were threatened for my security. Papa said it lightly, like it's not a big deal. Habang tumatagal, ay mas lalo akong nalulungkot. I feel like I was wrong to feel scared for my family. I feel like it's only me. I feel all along in the trauma that I'm dealing with. I feel unreasonable. I cannot live knowing that I hindered your happiness. You didn't. I broke up with him so I could have my peace of mind. But were you happy? He countered. You failed to follow your heart. I wasn't happy, you're right. But Papa, I was secured. I was at peace. And I think all this time, with all my traumas from all these crimes, I realized that being at peace is more important than following my heart. Ilang sandali akong tinitigan ni Papa. He then sighed and glanced at my mother. Ang katahimikan ay nagpakalma sa akin. Kanina ko pa inilalaban ang nararamdaman ko at pakiramdam ko ngayon lang ako narinig. Well, it is your choice in the end, he said and sighed again. I sighed too and looked at my unfinished dinner. But I'll tell you what I'm thinking, Iha. I nodded and let him say it. In our time, marriage is valued. I sighed and closed my eyes. Maybe for some it is about respecting the sacrament or God. But I think above all, it is to prove that you can endure anything when you love and promise. More than anything, it is principle. It is a decision made and a choice you choose. You choose every day. It is unconditional love through mundane things, though happiness and through sorrows. The rarest kind, more so in these modern times. But I didn't promise Papa. We were forced into this. We didn't know. I tried to counter. At some point you wanted to marry him. You were ready for that promise until that unfortunate night. I opened my mouth to speak. Hindi kita pinagbabawalang makipaghiwalay ka Uriel ngayon. You can do whatever you want. I guess what I'm saying is that if there is still love left for him in your heart, despite the trauma and the tragedies, I hope you find the strength to work on it. Umiling ako pero hindi nagsalita. This isn't about you marrying him anymore. It is about you forgiving yourself and for you to know that you can be at peace and be happy at the same time. Hindi na ako nagsalita. My heart hurt. I cannot breathe without it hurting. Kahit pauwi na ako at habang nagdadrive, yan lang ang alaman ng isipan ko. I almost forgot that I have a condo unit now. Kanina pa na-ship ang gamit ko roon at dahil fully furnished na, hindi na ganoon ka-problema ang paggamit nito. After I picked my luggage up at the lobby, I immediately went to the elevator. This is an exhausting day. Bukas ay aayusin ko na ang mga kailangan sa negosyo. I will also check on my hired people in Romblon through emails. I know it's not enough, but I have to settle everything first before I check on the workers. Kung iaayon ko sa schedule ko, kailangan ko na nga ring ayusin ang opisina ng magiging team ko. I remember that the office will be on the Merc. Bumukas ang elevator at bago ako pumasok, nakita ko muna kung sino ang nasa loob. Uriel Mercadeas is standing there with his business attire. He looked exhausted but still immaculately gorgeous. Gusto kong murahin ang sarili dahil naisip pa kasi ang mga Mercadeas. For some reason, tuwing naisip ko lagi na lang siyang bumubulagta sa harapan. Tuwing naiisip ko, lagi na lang siyang bumubulaga sa harap ko. You stalker, I accused him immediately and went inside. The door closed, he sighed. I'm not stalking. Ba't ka nandito? I remember the conversation with my parents. Ayaw ko nang isipin pa ng husto iyon at gusto kong hayaan ang sarili ko sa mga gustong gawin sa ngayon. I am not here to reconcile with the brute. I am here for business, and yet it seems like I will need to see him often for our annulment. I live here. My mouth dropped open and look at him. Hindi man lang tumingin si Oriel. Nanatili ang mga mata niya sa nagbabagong bilang ng floor. You live here? We're neighbors? I asked furiously. The elevator beep. It's my floor. Hindi mo sinabi sa akin at sinadya mo to. Tss. Pinindot niya ang buton para magtagal ang pagbukas ng pintuan. I suggested this area because it has nice units. Ikaw ang pumirma, hindi kita pinilit. It was your decision. I'm annoyed about this, and I can still hear my parents' words for me. Suminghap na lang ako at iritado siyang tiningnan. It's your floor, Luciana. I'm a bit tired. Need to get to my condo. Or do you want to stay in mine? He smirked and looked at me. Umirap ako at lumabas na lang para makawala na roon. He closed the door. Hindi naman ako tumigil sa paglalakad. Nakakainis. Kaya ang hirap talagang isipin na hindi siya ang may pakana ng problemang to eh. Bulong-bulong ko habang binubuksan ang pintuan. Marami akong inisip kaya hindi ako nakapagtrabaho. Hindi rin naman masama ang unit. It has everything that I need. Kung hindi ko lang kapitbahay si Oriel dito, wala na akong reklamo. Nakatulog na ako sa pagod at binuksan at kinabukasan inubos ang oras ko sa pagre-reply ng emails. I hired a team and told them that they are starting now. May mga kani-kanyang trabaho na rin sila. Our documents and the accounting is also already taken care of dahil kay Simon bago ako umuwi. Now I feel bad that he's not here with me to do this. Hindi pa rin siya sumasagot sa mga mensahe ko at naiintindihan ko kung galit pa rin siya. I have inquired some warehouses in Batangas but none of them were available. Ayaw ko naman humingi ng tulong kay Simon dahil sa estado namin. You need help? Si Reynaldo. Sila ang napili kong shipping lines na magsiship ng mga kakailanganin ko mula Romblon papuntang Batangas. I have queries and mining warehouses in Romblon from our family so it's not a problem. Ang tututukan ko ay ang pagpapagawa ng pagawaan doon na kasalukuyang na ring inaayos. The warehouse here in the capital is also settled. My only problem now is the office for my corporate team and the warehouse in Batangas. Hindi na. I guess I need to ask Simon about this thing. Sabi ko dahil nalaman niyang wala pa akong warehouse doon. I know a couple of available warehouse there. Madalas kami mag-ship sa kanila noon. Wala pa sa ngayon kasi lumipat sa mas malaki. Ano? Sure. Thanks kung meron. Reynaldo chuckled. Okay, I'll send you the details. It was a productive day, mainly because I immediately sealed that day. May warehouse na ako sa Batangas at convenient pa dahil sa pier kung saan ang shipping malapit. You may get the notarized copy of the contract tomorrow. We will send you the details. The pleasant woman said after I sealed the deal. Thank you. My phone rang again after that call. I rolled my eyes when I read who it was. Kung wala lang talagang problema, hindi ko sasagutin ang unggoy na to. Yes? Nakapag-dinner ka na? He asked casually. I sighed. Kailangan mo bang malaman, Oriel? I'm just asking because I'm eating right now. I don't want to be rude. He chuckled. Ba't mo ako tatawagan habang kumakain? Umirap ako. It's boring to eat alone. Tumawag ka sa ibang babae and I have news about Lawrence. Buisit. Bababaan ko na sana dahil iniisip kong pinagtitripan niya lang ako. Ano? I asked lazily. He's abroad, studying. Studying about what? I don't know yet. I groaned. Saang abroad? California. Ngumuso ako at nag-isip. Sigurado ka bang hindi siya nagbabakasyon? Nag-aaral talaga? Kasi kung nagbabakasyon lang, baka uuwi rin naman. Nag-aaral. He took a leave on his own firm. Oh, he has his own firm? He got the firm in Makati a year ago. Oh, so wala na siya kay Judge Saldivar? Yep. How about Judge Saldivar? He's also on health vacation or something in the UK. What the heck? Health? Yep. He's on therapy for it. Tinanong ko na rin ang mga kamag-anak niya sa Costa Leona. Hindi pa nila alam kung kailan ang balik niya dahil kailangang magpagaling. Sinapo ko ang noo ko. Nakakahiya na magpumilit ngayong may sakit ang judge at baka ma-stress pa namin kung sundan namin siya. At si Lawrence naman, wala rin naman siyang magagawa kundi panagutan ang lahat ng ito. It won't change our status. We will still be married, but he can at least stand as a witness that we really wait. Stand as witness? He witnessed the promise and so signing the certificate personally. Pwede kaya yun? I will send someone for Lawrence and I'll constantly check on the Saldivars for the judge. May magagawa ba ang mga ito? Kailangan daw ba? Ask your lawyer. What do we need to complete the process about fraud? We need to prove that it really is fraud, kaya kailangan nga natin si Judge o di kaya si Lawrence. Okay. I'll call you or let's meet every now and then so we can talk about this. Ayaw ko man pero kailangan. Okay. Are you free tomorrow? Marami akong gagawin this week. Okay. Tell me when. I'll adjust my schedule. Hindi naman siya naging makulit, kaya ayos lang. Kung di ko lang talaga natanggap ang email noong naka-deal kong warehouse ay hindi ko babalikan ang kama ko pagkagising kinabukasan. It's the Merck warehouse, damn it! Pinaharurot ko ang Aston Martin paalis ng parking para pumunta ng maaga sa Merck. At ayaw ko mang aminin medyo convenient nga ang location noong kondo sa opisinang ito kaya mabilis akong nakarating. Namilaw ang mata ng mga guards nang nakita ang pagpasok ng sasakyan ko sa basement parking. Binaba pa ang harang at kinatok ako. Binaba ko rin ang salamin at nilingon ng guard. Hindi na tinaas ang madilim na shades. Excuse me ma'am, pero hindi po allowed ang sasakyan ni Mr. Mercadejas na hiramin ng ibang tao. Inabot ko ang ID code. This is my car, not Uriel's. Sambit ko at ayaw namang tarayan o barahin ang nagtatrabaho lang. Namilog ang mga mata ng security nang tiningnan ang ID ko. Dumami pa sila at hindi pa ako pinapasok sa basement dahil sa pagkakagulo nila. Someone, their head may be called someone bago akong nginitian at dinaluhan ng lahat. Pasensya na ma'am, security protocol lang at si Sir Mercadejas lang kasi ang ganito ang Aston Martin. Hindi na ako sumagot at tinanggap muli ang ID. Bago ako pumasok at pinarking sa tabi ng parehong Aston Martin, may sumalubong sa akin sa elevator, isang nagmamadali at natatarantang babae. She smiled nervously at me as she walked closely. Naglahad din siya ng kamay. Vivian po, Anya. Hello. Medyo nagtataka pa ako kung bakit niya ako nilapitan. I'm here to escort you to the Mrs. Mercadejas. Ngayon ko palang naisipang kuhanin ang madilim kong shades para makita ng babaeng ito ang iritasyon sa mukha ko. Mrs. Mercadejas. Nanatili ang ngiti niya. Yes, ma'am. Sino nagsabi niyan? Am I wrong po? I look at her in disbelief. Ang sekretary po kasi ni Mr. Mercadejas ang nagpapasundo sa'yo. She said that Mr. Mercadejas' wife is downstairs. That I need to pick up since he can't because Sir Uriel is still on a meeting. I blinked slowly to buy some time and be more patient for this poor girl. Kaya lang may dinagdag pa siya. At nabalita po kasi kanina, nakasal na po kayo ni sir. Balita? Saan? I'm now alarmed. Now I'm alarmed. Natakot siya sa pagiging agresibo ko sa tanong. It's a rumor lang po, pero they say media went to your bank's building and caught your parents off guard for a sudden fast interview. What the hell? Kaya po, akala ko totoo nakasal kayo, sir. Kayo ni sir.